Welcome to Almosh Life. My name is Alan. We're about to embark on this epic journey to go from Southern California to the Pacific Northwest. And believe it or not, this trip is actually not only interstate, it's international. What do I mean international? Let me explain. I'm going to drive into Canada. As a matter of fact, I got family and relatives over there. I'm going to go visit them. So that's going to be a fun trip. But first, I got to head down to my local Tesla supercharger. Then we're going to explain the plans. Let's explain what's going to go on today, okay? Within 24 hours of this recording. Perhaps I leave around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, or I leave 4 o'clock in the morning. We'll see. But this is how it goes. Depends on what time I leave. I'll probably end up... This part of the 5, by the way, I drove through it a few times. That section right here, I'm going to record it. You'll see it's very nice. But anyway, 5 North, either I'm going to stop around here, Stockton area, or they leave early enough. I prefer to stay in the Red Bluff reading area, because the next day I like to explore Mount Shasta, get a good exploration, and then we're gonna probably spend the night in Ashland. That'll be day 2. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, after Sacramento, 5 North is new territory for me. It's new land. Never been before. I just want to be transparent with you guys. Oh, what's that right here? That white stuff. We're gonna find out soon enough. Different video for sure. Oh, and by the way, let me explain this, and then I'm gonna talk about the format, how I'm gonna edit the video. So, on day 3, we're gonna head up to Portland. I might do an actual range test from the Ashland Medford to the Portland. Just how far can we really go on the charge? Yeah, I do that. That'll be on day 3 or day 4. When I go from Portland to Vancouver. But I'll be spending a few days over there. Day 5, back to Seattle. Lots of things to do in Seattle. Day 6, I'm going to be in this general area right here. That's where I'll be departing from the 5, entering basically the 101 for the following few days. So I'm going to spend 2 nights in this area here. Then I head down off the 101. Let me zoom in. As you can see, 101. I booked 2 different campsites along the route. And then the second to the last day, we're going to be back around this area right here. And then the final day, the plan is, probably be the title of the video, I'm making from Oregon to Southern Oregon to Orange County, California, 1 day. And this, by the way, this is a base model 2022 Tesla Model 3, rear-wheel drive. The shortest range you could get in 2022. Go from Southern Oregon to basically where I'm at right now, right here. Now, how the editing is going to work is, you know what? Let me face the camera to myself and then I'll explain. So this is how I'm gonna edit this time on this road trip. Instead of going one direction, I'm gonna put the multiple days onto one upload. I'm gonna do it separate. Perhaps I'm not gonna film every single day on my journey, because in some distances, this car could definitely cover it. Let's put it that way. I will film some scenery. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this road trip, because of the scenery. Besides, I'll go visit the relatives in Vancouver. Also a nice place that I heard. As I mentioned before, I-5 Sacramento upward, new land for me. So that's gonna be fun. The 101, okay. I was gonna take the 101, go all the way down to the Los Angeles via the 101, but for personal reasons, I don't feel comfortable going to the San Francisco Bay Area. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna risk it, okay? I hear crazy stories, Besides the 101, it becomes Surface Street in San Francisco. I've been there before, long time ago. I love to drive to the Golden Gate Bridge, but let's say Mother Nature calls to San Francisco. I gotta stop somewhere. I'm afraid somebody might break into the vehicle. It's crazy out there. Not just San Francisco, pretty much the Bay Area, So it's best I avoid that area. I'm not trying to be prejudiced. I just, I don't feel comfortable with being there. That's just my opinion. So instead, in Oregon, I'm gonna take a highway back to the I-5. That's pretty much the gist of it. So if you write down the comment, oh, why didn't I take the 101 all the way? That's why. So yeah, that's the whole plan, the whole introduction of this road trip. A quick update. I manually put the Anaheim East Catella Avenue supercharger, the plugins and navigation. We'll go there next. But first, we gotta make sure everything is in this vehicle. Let's start we have here. We have a GoPro 5 Black. Let the car precondition, that's fine. We're at down to 56% state of charge. As I mentioned earlier, yesterday I fully charged this vehicle to 100%, drove 90.5 miles. Yup. Lots of running some errands going on. I almost said errands. But anyway, we're gonna put everything in this car that we need, and then off we go. Top tip: if you want to let the car precondition while sitting, do not close the doors all the way. Just let it close, but let it stay open like this. Welcome to the first supercharger of the day. Tesla supercharger of Anaheim East Catella Avenue. Before I plug in, let's look at the route. So the next stop, Tesla suggests we go to Los Hills, California. We sit here for 12 minutes and then we continue going. But since this is one of the cheaper options for today, I might as well top up the battery. Now here's when the experiment comes in. Is supercharger gonna change, or is it gonna be the same? So we got Lost Hills, Gustline, Dunkingham, Cottonwood, and then Ashland. Without further ado, let's plug her in. Now keep this in mind, we arrive around 45% state of charge. Let's see what's gonna be the fastest rate of charge. Oh, I didn't notice this. Keep accessory power on. That's pretty cool. Yes, please. Because, you know, I gotta charge this GoPro camera. As a matter of fact, let me do it now. So we're holding at 128, and it's dropping a little bit. This is what to expect at this state of charge. I just got the notification. We have enough energy to continue to Lost Hills, California. But I'm gonna leave it the way it is for now. Let's see if the destination changes along the route. So as we notice, right now we're at 81% state of charge. We still have to go to Lost Hills. We're going to arrive at 14%, even though we're at 81%. But check this out. After Lost Hills, now we could go to, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, Lathrop, California, and then Corning, and then our final destination for today, Ashland, Oregon. Throughout this journey, not only are we going to use Tesla's en route planner, we're going to use a better route planner. For this stretch, a better route planner and Tesla, they both suggest we go to the Lost Hills supercharger. But here's the difference. A better route planner suggests we're going to arrive at 12%. Tesla suggests we're going to arrive at 25%. But there's something I noticed. A better route planner thinks we're at 89%. It hasn't updated yet. It will soon. But the Tesla, we're actually at 93%. Okay, updated to 92, but still, for some reason, a better route planner suggests we're going to arrive at 12%, 26% according to Tesla. So we're going to see how it goes. I forgot to mention earlier, I did make a pit stop on the way to this supercharger, go to the restroom of course, and it was closed. But so far today, we've driven 25% since the start of the trip. Despite preconditioning, well, thanks for me propping the door while navigating the supercharger, that helped a lot. We consumed so far 188.5 watt-hour a mile. I found a Starbucks on the way, which is about 9 minutes from here. It's open. I mainly put it in the navigation because, you know, I gotta go to the restroom, man. Because the next supercharger is like 3-hour drive. I don't think I'll be able to hold it that much. I mean, who can? Comment down below, okay? So we're gonna get to 100% and then we go forward. Before we go, since I added another stop, check this out. Now Tesla suggests after this stop we go to Harris Ranch and we sit for 25 minutes, and then we go to the Sacramento, one of the superchargers out in Sacramento. We hang out for 18 minutes, and then Collinwood another 18 minutes. So technically after this supercharger, there's 3 more, according to Tesla. Some interesting development. What I did, I added the Kiloman CD supercharger Now the Tesla says we're going to arrive at 22%. 202 miles from here. 202 miles from here. According to the Barra planner, we're going to arrive at Lost Hills at 22%. But the thing is, Lost Hills is before Kellerman. Just past Bakersfield. Let's see if I could bring it up. It's a small little town. It's somewhere around there. Oh, there it is. There's Lost Hills, and that's Kellerman City, the next town over. But Tesla says 22% at Kellerman City. At Barra Planner, 22%. So we finished charging at 100%. $9.52 is what it costs to charge this vehicle from 40% to 100. According to Tesla, we're going to arrive at the Kettleman supercharger 23%. According to the Barra planner, we're going to arrive at 10%. Before we go, we're going to put the full self-driving on hurry because, right now time is 4:37 in the morning in Southern California. We like to go with the flow of traffic. So, quick update. We are being rerouted to a different supercharger because I'm going with the traffic flow. Now the Tesla thinks we're not going to make it to the Bonnarillo, but Barra planner, we're going to make it at 6%. We'll see how it goes. Another update. Now Tesla thinks, we're going to make it to Kellerman after all. A Barra planner now suggests we don't exceed 75 miles an hour, which is 74 ground speed. But the Tesla says, and we'll make it to the Kellerman City in 5%. However, according to Tesla, they'd rather have us stop at Lost Hills. Let's see how it goes. I ended up pulling over at this rest stop in Bonnarillo, California. Mother Nature called. So far driven 2 hours and 6 minutes from Anaheim to this location. 152 miles. Consume 261.7 watt-hour a mile. That's pretty darn good considering I was going with the flow of traffic. That means we drive fast. Went up the mountain, went down the mountain. What I decided to do is cancel the navigation, still use the full self-driving, which is doable. Now I get this message: high energy consumption. Please use navigation to see estimate battery arrival and ensure arrival. So you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do a quick charge here, then we're gonna continue. Okay, I'm on full self driving right now. We're in the Lost Hills Tesla Supercharger. I'm gonna prove to you that you cannot 100% rely on full self driving to do everything for you. Oh, I gotta take over, otherwise I might have hit that white truck in front of us. So I'm going to find the parking. No hands. Now, according to Tesla navigation, we're going to arrive at the Kellerman at 2%. So here's the deal. We're going to do what they call like a splash and dash. Once it says 10% right here, we're going to continue going. Why is it not charging? Let me try again. Okay, we're good. Two minutes. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna record the whole thing, this whole experience right here. Meanwhile, we get to see what's the top charging speed here. This particular Tesla, it maxed out about 171. Close the door. So as for charging, let me tell you this: if you plan to use, if you plan to go on a road trip, Tesla's number one. Okay. A battery planner gives you an idea, but it does not take into account that when you're driving down the road, the battery needs precondition. So this is proof in the pudding. Will I make it to Kellerman straight? Maybe, but I'm not gonna risk it to run out of juice. And besides, we're dealing with a headwind. So now it's calculating. Yeah, the battery planner, it does take into account of the weather, elevation. Same thing with Tesla. But a battery planner, it does not. I mean, it does not take into precondition the battery into consideration. So we're ready to continue. I'm gonna click OK and stop charging. about to enter one of the most interesting Tesla superchargers around. I always wanted to visit this one ever since I purchased 2012 Tesla Model S 85. Back in 2017, 8 years ago. But I rarely come this route, but this is the first time. See that Tesla sign? Oh, this is gonna be nice. I've seen on YouTube other people's channel. Now we get to experience it for ourselves. It's a wonderful place. Those are the 150s. I'd rather get the 250s, because this car I know you could do a little bit faster than the 150. What kind of speeds are we getting here in Calumet City, California? Are we gonna get the magic number? It's ramping up, ramping up, ramping up. $116, $121, $126, $130, $135, $139, $144, $148, $152, $156, $161. Okay, we maxed out 161. Mother Nature is calling. I'll be right back. For lounge access, open your Tesla app. Tap location in the menu. I'm gonna cut this short. This location is exclusive only for Tesla. According to Tesla, we have enough energy to continue the trip. So, our next stop is Gus Line. We charged out to 59%, which is pretty reasonable. That's what we want to see when we're on the road. Line, also known as Centinela. This supercharger is going to be 150 kilowatt, but that's okay because it's time to take a break anyways. I don't know if the camera catch it. There's a CCS charger. I'm pretty sure if I was in the i3, I'll be using that. But quite frankly, I don't know if that charger works or not. But I'm pretty sure these chargers the camera's gonna pick up soon. Those work. That's for the fact. Can I get through here or can't? I guess you can. Yeah, these are the 150 kilowatt. There's nobody here, so take. "30 minutes. We'll be right back." We charged up to 87%. This was a deep charging session, but I gotta grab something to eat and take care of business, if you know what I mean. It says now you have enough trip to continue. Before I unplug, let me show you something. On next lake, most of it I drove through there before, but once we get to Sacramento, once I pass Sacramento, new land. The beginning of the new land for me on this journey. This song GoPro. Let's keep trucking. So according to the Tesla's en route planner, we gotta sit here at Dunningham, California for 13 minutes before we go to the next charger, which happens to be up in Cottonwood, just south of the Reading, which is another 250, which is nice. And another thing I noticed, it tells you what kind of amenities it has at that charger. It shows you right there. So we max out 158. Cool. I'm gonna go walk around, and once I get the notification, continue the trip, we'll do so. So Tesla suggests in Collinwood, we sit for 25 minutes and then we can make it to the Ashland, Oregon. However, I like to hang out in the Mount Shasta area. I like to check out the area, so let's see what kind of chargers they have out there. This Mount Shasta itself is 125 kilowatt maximum. There's another one up in the weed. And the Eureka. So just for the fun of it, I like to add weed to the destination. Okay, that's much better. So instead we sit 25 minutes in Collinwood, now we sit for 13 minutes. But I still have to sit here for another 4 minutes to continue the trip. Because if we leave right now, if you look closely, we're going to make a minus 1%, which we don't want that. So we're going to continue to hold. Ever since Centinela, California, driven 148.4 miles, consumed 258.5 miles per kilowatt hour. Since the start of the trip, a daily or the start of the trip, it's day one, so both numbers match. 477 miles so far, 124.4 kilowatt hours. That's roughly the size of a Tesla Cybertruck battery pack. 260.5 watt-hour mile so far at this point. On the second leg, this happens. We were planning to go to Collinwood. Tesla's like, oh, okay, we're not gonna make it, so you got redirected to a red buff. Since Dunningham, driven 95.6 miles, consumed 27.7 kilowatt hours, 289.8 watt-hour a mile. On a Better planner, it tells you if you unplug right now and continue your journey, it shows you where you're gonna run out of juice. See that red line, range? Yeah, yep, that's where you're expecting to run out of juice. Enough energy to continue the trip at 69%.
Switch it up! Come again.
So we've driven 99.2 miles, consumed 325.9 kilowatts an hour. That's quite a bit. But we gained some elevation. I mean, finally, for the first time, we're pulling 170 kilowatts. But check out the view. Check this out. We got the latest Tesla dispensers. Those are the version 4s. But look at this. Enjoy Weed Shack in Weed, California, while you're charging. Just to point into perspective how big California is, we've driven 672.2 miles and we're still in California. But this is the last stop before we enter Oregon. Okay, enough energy to continue. Gonna unplug and shift it forward. Okay, I have to pull over here. I have to. I'll show you why in just a second. Okay, here's Mount Shasta right there. There's a Cirrus aircraft. I flew one of these before. Very nice airplane. This is the airport. Reed Airport, that is. As I pan to the left, I continue walking this way. This is also a rest area. Right off the interstate. So you got those hangars, windsock, those seagulls. I don't know how they got here. I don't know how many miles away from the ocean. There's the Mount Shasta right there. And that's the rest area. then check this out. Check this out real quick. We're down at 10%, but we're gonna reach to the supercharger in Ashland at 12%. This should be interesting. Oh, nice. This Tesla supercharger is right by the brewery. Definitely want to check them out. Oh, first time I see a Cybertruck all day. This is the final supercharging stop of the day. So what I did today, I drove from Mission Vale to Anaheim. I fully charged the battery, and then roughly around 12 hours later, here we are, beautiful Oregon, Ashland, Oregon. We're just 14 miles into the Oregon. And remember back there, we were like down to like 10 or 11%. Now we're at 13%. Here are the stats. From the Weed, California to Ashland, Oregon is about 46.7 miles. This is probably one of the best consumption yet. Besides going from Mission Vale to Anaheim, this is one of the best consumption. 254.3 watt-hour a mile. So far, driven. Now keep this in mind, we're only like 15 miles into Oregon. The most of it was in California. 736.9 miles driven so far. So I'm gonna plug in this bad boy. Alright, so we're at 153 kilowatt is a max here. I mean, not bad. It could be 170, but I'll take 153. Anyway, I'm gonna hang out here, and then I'm gonna go to the tonight's sleeping area. Somewhere around here. And then on the next video, we're gonna continue where we left off. I made an executive decision. I'm going to charge up to 80%. Because earlier today, in the beginning of the day, 13 hours ago, I charged this vehicle up to 100%. Once a week is fine. You don't have to do it all the time. And besides, I gotta grab something to eat, so another 3 more minutes, and then that'll be a wrap on day 1.